The Philosophy of Inner Freedom. Introduction. Inner freedom is a concept that has been explored by philosophers for centuries, yet it remains as relevant today as it was in the times of the Stoics. In an age where external distractions, societal pressures, and personal anxieties dominate our lives, the pursuit of inner freedom becomes a necessity. But what does it truly mean to be free from within? How can we achieve a state of mind where external circumstances do not dictate our inner peace? This essay explores the Stoic perspective on inner freedom, its practical applications, and how we can cultivate it in our modern lives. The human experience is riddled with moments of distress, uncertainty, and emotional turbulence. Many people believe that freedom is found in the absence of responsibility, in wealth, or in complete control over their environment. However, history and philosophy tell us otherwise. True freedom is an internal state of being, one that is not reliant on external circumstances. A person who achieves inner freedom can navigate the world with confidence and resilience, regardless of external pressures. This state of freedom is not an innate trait, but a skill that can be cultivated through discipline, reflection, and self-awareness. Defining inner freedom. Inner freedom is the ability to remain unaffected by external events and emotions that are beyond our control. It is the state of being independent of external validation, material possessions, and transient emotions. The Stoics believed that true freedom comes from mastering one's own mind and reactions, rather than attempting to control the outside world. This idea aligns with Epictetus's famous teaching: "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The modern world often confuses freedom with limitless choice, or the ability to act without restraint. However, this interpretation of freedom can lead to paradoxical outcomes. The more one indulges in unlimited desires, the more one becomes enslaved to those desires. For example, a person who seeks constant validation on social media may feel imprisoned by the need for approval. In contrast, a person who has achieved inner freedom does not derive their self-worth from external praise or material achievements, but rather from their inner sense of purpose and virtue. To understand inner freedom, we must first distinguish between two types of freedom. External freedom. This is the ability to act without external restrictions, such as political or legal constraints. While external freedom is important, it is not sufficient for personal fulfillment. Inner freedom. This is the ability to remain composed and undisturbed regardless of external conditions. Inner freedom allows us to live with peace and purpose, even in the face of adversity. The Stoics, including Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, developed a framework for achieving inner freedom through discipline, reason, and self-reflection. Their philosophy is built upon the following key principles: control and acceptance. Recognizing what is within our control and what is not allows us to focus on our own actions and responses rather than external events. Detachment from external approval. A free person does not depend on praise or criticism from others, but remains steadfast in their values and principles. Mind over emotion. While emotions are natural, we should not be enslaved by them. Rational thinking helps us maintain inner stability. Living in accordance with nature. Accepting life as it is, rather than resisting or complaining, leads to true liberation. Each of these principles is rooted in the idea that external circumstances are unpredictable, but our inner world is within our control. Epictetus, who was born into slavery, famously argued that even a slave could be free if they mastered their own mind. His philosophy teaches us that no matter how constrained our external conditions may be, we always have the power to choose how we respond. Practical steps to cultivate inner freedom. Inner freedom is not just a theoretical ideal. It requires daily practice and effort. Here are some practical steps based on Stoic philosophy. 1. Master your perception. The way we interpret events determines our emotional response. If we view setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than failures, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." 2. Practice voluntary discomfort. Stoics often practiced voluntary discomfort, such as fasting or exposing themselves to cold weather, to build resilience. By willingly facing minor hardships, we develop the strength to remain unshaken when real challenges arise. 3. Meditate on death. Memento mori. Reminding ourselves of the impermanence of life helps us detach from trivial concerns and focus on what truly matters. The awareness of our mortality can be a powerful motivator for embracing inner freedom and living fully in the present. 4. Reduce dependence on external validation. Modern society places immense value on social approval, yet true freedom lies in self-approval. By aligning our actions with our own values rather than seeking external validation, we gain independence from others' opinions. 5. Develop emotional resilience. Instead of suppressing emotions, Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge them and respond with reason. Practicing journaling or reflecting on daily experiences helps cultivate emotional stability and prevents us from being ruled by fleeting feelings. The role of discipline in inner freedom. Discipline is essential for maintaining inner freedom. Without self-discipline, we become slaves to our impulses, desires, and fears. The Stoics advocated for daily reflection, reviewing one's actions each day to identify areas of improvement. Moderation, avoiding excess in pleasures and desires to prevent dependency. Consistent practice, building habits that reinforce resilience and mental clarity. Self-discipline allows us to gain control over our desires and emotions. Many people believe that acting on impulse is a form of freedom, but in reality, impulsive behavior often leads to dependency and regret. A disciplined person, on the other hand, is not easily swayed by fleeting desires or irrational fears. Challenges to inner freedom. In the modern world today, we face unique challenges that threaten our inner freedom, including social media and external comparisons. The digital age fosters constant comparison, making it difficult to remain content within oneself. Consumerism and materialism. The pursuit of material wealth often overshadows the pursuit of personal growth. Fear of uncertainty. Modern life is unpredictable, but Stoicism teaches us to embrace uncertainty with acceptance and strength. How to apply Stoicism to everyday life. Start each day with reflection. Ask yourself, what can I control today? And focus only on those aspects. Detach from unnecessary worries. Let go of things beyond your control and redirect energy toward meaningful actions. Embrace simplicity. Reduce distractions and unnecessary desires to gain mental clarity. Cultivate gratitude. Appreciating what you have, rather than longing for what you lack, fosters inner peace. Conclusion. Inner freedom is a state of mind that requires continuous effort and self-discipline. Through the Stoic principles of control, detachment, resilience, and rationality, we can free ourselves from the chains of external circumstances and achieve true autonomy. In a world full of chaos and distractions, Mastering our own minds remains the ultimate path to freedom. As Marcus Aurelius wisely stated, "You have within you the power to rise above any situation or struggle and transform it into the greatest version of yourself."